Work at a pizza place. This game came out way back in 2008, created by PT.1, and honestly, it's one of those games that made Roblox feel alive and social in a way. You weren't just running around. You were working a job with real people. You could take on different roles like the cashier. That was pretty new at the time. The cook, or even the delivery driver. And all of these roles had to sync up for the pizza joint to run smoothly. What made it so addicting was that feeling of teamwork. You'd hop in with friends and coordinate like a real restaurant crew. And when things got hectic, it actually got kind of hilarious. You'd be juggling pizza orders, rushing to deliver, and sometimes messing up, but laughing it off. Plus, it had this simple yet charming look and feel that just screamed Roblox nostalgia. Beyond the gameplay, it was cool how the game had progression. You could upgrade your house, buy cool clothes, and show off your status. It really gave players a sense of accomplishment and long-term goals to chase. For a lot of us, this was the game that introduced the idea that Roblox wasn't just about running and jumping, but about hanging out and doing stuff together. It was cozy, fun, and honestly, pretty timeless. Natural Disaster Survival. Natural Disaster Survival was created by Stickmaster Look. If you liked fast-paced chaos, this game was your jam. The whole concept was simple, but brilliant. You spawn on an island with a bunch of other players, and then random disasters hit: tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, even meteors. Your job? Survive. What made it so fun was that every round was different. You had to constantly stay on your toes, find shelter, and outsmart the environment. Sometimes, it felt like pure luck whether you survived or not. But it was that unpredictability that kept you glued to the game. And because you were playing with other people, you'd often end up trying to survive together or racing to save yourself before the disaster struck. The suspense was real, and the game nailed that feeling, which made it super addicting for quick sessions or longer hangouts. It was one of the first games that made Roblox feel intense, but still really fun. Jailbreak. Jailbreak is a game that redefined Roblox open-world roleplay. When it came out in 2017, it completely took over. You could be a prisoner planning your breakout or a cop trying to keep everyone in check. Either way, the game gave you this sense of freedom that just felt massive at the time. The map was huge, with cities, banks, tunnels, highways, and everything felt alive. The moment you broke out of prison with your crew and hopped in a car for a high-speed chase across the map, that was full-on excitement. The robberies, the chases, the role-play possibilities, all of it made Jailbreak feel like GTA for Roblox. And players couldn't get enough. And with new updates adding heists, new cars, and customizations, it stayed fresh for years. Jailbreak was more than a game. It was a playground of chaos, strategy, and action that kept players locked in for hours. Meepcity. Meepcity was the definition of a chill social hangout, created by Alex Neutron. It launched in 2016 and quickly became one of the most visited games ever on Roblox. It was colorful, casual, and gave you endless freedom to express yourself. You could adopt little pets called Meeps, design your dream home, and just hang out with other players in the plaza, the schools, or random parties. It didn't have some intense objective, and that's what made it fun. You just existed in a world that felt alive with other players. If you ever had a group of online friends, chances are you met up in Meepcity just to vibe. The customization options were deep, and every update brought new outfits, furniture, or places to explore. It gave players a space to be social without pressure. And that kind of freedom made it a go-to comfort game for so many people, until it was eventually ruined and trashed with online daters. Welcome to Bloxburg. Welcome to Bloxburg is a game built by Coeptus. It launched in 2014 and gave players full control over their virtual lives. You could build a house, work jobs, roleplay with friends, and honestly, just live out whatever story you wanted to tell. The building system was on another level. You could make anything from a tiny starter home to a massive mansion with secret rooms and underground garages. If you were creative, Bloxburg let you show off. But it wasn't just about building. It had jobs like pizza delivery, hairdresser, and cashier, which gave you money to fuel your dream life. Combine that with a thriving roleplay community and you had a full-blown life sim right on Roblox. Even though back then it used to cost Robux to play, the quality made it worth it. And once you got in, it was like your own little world. It felt personal. It felt real. And that's why it stuck with so many players for so long. Adopt Me. Adopt Me was more than just a game. It was a full-on movement. Created by Dreamcraft, it launched in 2017 and quickly became the game everyone played. The core idea was simple: adopt pets, raise them, and build a life around them. But it evolved into so much more. You'd start with eggs, hatch pets, raise them through different stages, and then trade them with other players. Some pets were common, others were legendary, and that trading economy? It was wild. People were making YouTube videos, trading charts, even entire communities around it. On top of that, the devs were always dropping seasonal updates, Halloween events, Christmas releases, Lunar New Year pets. It felt like something big was always around the corner. And with every update came that rush of excitement and wonder. Adopt Me wasn't just about pets, it was about building your dream life, finding community, and connecting with people. Murder Mystery 2. Murder Mystery 2 was created by Nicolas. This game was all about deception, guessing, and survival. Every round, you'd be randomly assigned as an innocent, sheriff, or the murderer, and nobody knew who was who. If you were innocent, you had to stay alive. If you were the sheriff, you had to figure out who the murderer was before it was too late. And if you were the murderer, time to go full stealth mode. It was simple, but super suspenseful. You'd be walking through a hallway and bam, someone's dead. Now it's panic time. Who did it? Who can you trust? The beauty of Murder Mystery 2 was in its replayability. No two rounds ever felt the same. It was perfect for friend groups, especially when you started accusing each other mid-game. Absolute chaos. Lumber Tycoon 2. Lumber Tycoon 2 by Defaultio. This game was like Roblox's version of a chill grind. You cut trees, sold wood, earned money, and slowly built up your lumber empire. It sounds simple, but it was oddly satisfying. The more you played, the more you wanted to explore, find rare trees, and haul them back in your truck to sell for big cash. You could buy land, build bases, and unlock new tools and vehicles as you progressed. There was also a social side, players trading wood, teaming up to move huge logs, or just helping each other out. The game was peaceful, but still gave you a strong sense of progression. It wasn't flashy, but it had depth. It rewarded patience, planning, and creativity. If you were the kind of player who liked taking your time and building something from scratch, this game hit the spot.